Anthony Edwards just proved to all of us that he is the NBA's next big superstar, and his potential might be a lot higher than we all think. Last night, he dropped 38 points against the Boston Celtics and handed them their first loss of the season so far. He also racked up 9 rebounds and 7 assists while shooting a very efficient 60% from the field. These stats and the win itself were very impressive, but the ending of this game is where Ant proved how special he is. He hit clutch shot after clutch shot in the fourth quarter with absolutely zero fear and zero hesitation, and the Timberwolves pushed the game into overtime. He continued to hit these shots and carried the Timberwolves to the win. The Celtics have one of the best perimeter defenders in the league in Jrue Holiday, and other really solid wing defenders in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on him the entire game, not including the beast of a rim protector they have in the 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis. And despite all the Celtics' great defenders, Ant never shied away from getting to his spots and scoring whenever he wanted to. His maturity and bravery for a player entering his 4th season is extremely rare for his age. Paul George talked about on his podcast how Ant plays like he's been in the NBA for years, and even just watching him as a viewer, you can get that same feeling. He never seems nervous, and he's never doubting himself, and it's a part of what sets him apart from every other player his age. The Timberwolves also handed the Denver Nuggets their first L this year as well. About a week ago, they beat the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets by 21 points. I know it's super early into the season and it's just regular season games, but to give one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference and the defending champions both their first and only L so far has gotta boost their confidence. Especially considering that the Nuggets are the team that eliminated them from the playoffs last season. Anthony Edwards has been on everybody's watch ever since he went crazy during the Team USA games this summer. There were a lot of times in these games where Ant looked like the clear best player on the court, and they probably wouldn't have won a lot of these games if it wasn't for him. And people forget he was the #1 overall pick in 2020, which was also around the beginning of COVID, so his rookie year was really limited. But from the get-go, he's had very high expectations on him, and so far he's lived up to them all. Look at all the other #1 overall draft picks that fell completely under everybody's expectations. Injuries really derailed Markelle Fultz, so he can't take all the blame, but still he's a player nobody really talks about anymore. Zion Williamson has barely played during his career, and off-the-court issues have distracted everybody from him as a player. And Ben Simmons is Ben Simmons. My point is, the pressure that comes with being a #1 overall draft pick is a lot, and we've seen a lot of guys flop under the pressure. But Anthony Edwards has pretty much played exactly how everybody expected him to, and now we're seeing him really make big leaps in his game. And because he's a 6'4" shooting guard who's fast and great at attacking the basket and getting his shot off, he has seen a lot of comparisons to Dwayne Wade, which honestly, I see the resemblance. And we saw what happened instantly when Dwayne Wade got another all-star caliber player on the Heat with Shaquille O'Neal. Immediately after Shaq joined the team, the Heat won a championship and Wade had one of the most impressive playoff runs ever. And I'm not saying that he's better than Dwayne Wade, but I would be very curious to see if Ant had another player on his caliber, how well they would do in the playoffs. Because the state of the Timberwolves is honestly a mess right now, and it has been for many seasons. They've been trying to wait around for Karl Anthony Towns to win something, and it's just not happening. And for some reason, they decided that Rudy Gobert would be a smart person to pair Cat up with. I mean, it's working so far for them for the most part, I guess, but if they want to be anything more than a first-round exit, in my opinion, I think they should trade Cat. And with how quickly Anthony Edwards is becoming a top player in the league, he's going to want to be a lot more than a first-round exit every year. They lost Kevin Garnett because they didn't give him the help he needed in his prime, and the Timberwolves do not want to lose another star player like this again. Overall, I know it's just a regular season game, but I was extremely impressed by Anthony Edwards' performance last night. He showed up against one of the best teams in the league and the only team that was still undefeated, and showed the world how great he's about to be. I still don't think the Timberwolves are going to be anything more than a play-in team this year, especially considering how much talent is in the Western Conference, but no matter how Minnesota does this year, they should be very excited for what's to come, because Anthony Edwards is about to become the NBA's next big superstar. What do you guys think about Ant's performances recently, and do you think he can become one of the best players in the league? Let me know what you all think in the comments below, but that's all I've got for today. Thank you all for watching, and with that being said, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next one.